Warning, the following content may contain spoilers for film and television programs. It is also intended for mature audiences. Viewer and listener discretion is advised.
Welcome back, everybody.
All right, we're here again, once again. All right, this is, of course, the See It podcast, where we're going to talk about everything you need to know about movies, TV, and pop culture.
Yep.
So be ready to fill your ear holes with awesomeness.
All right.
As you all know, my name's Andrew Ormsby.
Zach Chadwick.
And Austin Fairbairn.
What are you guys drinking today? I, of course, got my Johnny Walker Black Label.
It's too early in the morning, so I'm drinking Gatorade.
Well, you know, it's orange juice, it's vodka, it's a screwdriver.
There you go. That's how you do it. Oscars last weekend. I think everybody's, talked about it, so we don't need to spend too much time on it. The only thing I really want to talk about is Robert Lopez. He was the music director for the film Frozen. His song Let It Go got him not only an Oscar, but he is the youngest and 12th only winner of the EGOT. For those of you who don't know what the EGOT is, that is whenever you win an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony. It's one of the hardest things in show business to achieve. And actually, Matt Stone and Trey Parker are only an Oscar away from the EGOT. They were nominated.
I thought they won. They didn't win for Blame Canada?
They did not win for Blame
Oh,
Canada.
that's sad. I thought they did.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. But I know they don't have their EGOT yet, because that was the big thing.
I knew they were nominated, and I remember that because Robin Williams sang the song during the performance.
Well,
And
Zach, you watch 30 Rock, don't you?
I love that show.
Tracy Jordan always wears the EGOT big metal
I remember
gold
that now.
necklace, yeah.
I remember that. That's a great show. I didn't think I would like it at all, but it's pretty good.
While Andrew's looking that up, I mean, were there really any surprises for anybody on any category?
No, I was pretty happy with who won, and I loved McConaughey's speech. I know everybody said they loved it. I really liked it, but I thought what's her name, Lupita Nyong'o or whatever. I thought hers was better. She was great. I mean, the whole show was good. Ellen killed it. I still wish my favorite movie would have won more, but I mean, it did good.
You know what? That was actually the only surprise that I could think of. I was surprised that I wanted it to win, and I'm glad it did. Back to Matt Stone, Trey Parker. Matt Stone was not nominated for the Oscar at all. I guess Trey Parker was the only writer on that song, but he didn't win. It was just nominated. So he still got that Oscar to win, and then that's it.
Still a travesty Daft Punk didn't get nominated.
Oh, for Tron Legacy?
Yeah.
They should have won. As some of you know, South by Southwest is going on if you're in the Austin area. And
which we all wish we were right now.
Yeah, we all wish we were at South by Southwest
yes.
right now. Zach, probably the biggest Game of Thrones fan I know. You would love... There's a Game of Thrones touring exhibit right now.
Okay.
There's only 2 cities in the States that it's going to be in New York, which was a couple weeks ago, I believe.
Yeah, I saw some pictures.
And then it's also at South by Southwest, and then it's going overseas to Belfast,
and
London.
Yeah.
At this exhibit, they have set up an Oculus Rift, where you get inside the Oculus Rift and you can walk around Westeros.
My God, that sounds like fucking heaven.
Yeah.
I would do that right now.
They said the one at New York, it was just a prototype where you only go up the elevator and you look off the wall and you can look around. But apparently they say that was just a prototype, and the more cities that it goes to, the more they're going to add to it. So
I would love to do that just so I can kick Joffrey off the wall. Even though spoiler alert.
Spoiler! Whoa!
Anyway, that sounds amazing. And
we might have to beep that one out later, because that's not even in the...
Because the show hasn't even came out yet.
Shit, my fault. I keep remembering that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you and I have read all the books.
Worst person
they like to
ever.
read, whatever that's about.
Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, we'll just beep that out.
It's not the first time I've ruined something for a bunch of people.
Okay, so movies that you guys are excited about this year.
God, there's so many. I think probably the first one we gotta mention, just because it's so close to coming out, is the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Ray Fiennes. It's got Edward Norton.
Yes. It's gonna be good. It looks awesome. It's one of those quirky movies where it just looks like you're not entirely sure what it is, but you want to see it, and you know you want to see it.
And it's Wes Anderson.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it's Wes Anderson,
Wes
so
Anderson.
you can't go wrong.
You really can't.
I don't think there's a single one of his movies I was not a major fan of.
What else has he done? I'm not...
Fantastic Mr. Fox. He did The Life
good.
Aquatic, which is my favorite out of all
I've
his movies.
not seen that.
Royal Tenenbaums,
Wow,
Rushmore.
man, he's done some good stuff.
Yeah.
That's
He does that kind of like offbeat, like comedy
Yeah.
stuff.
I'm okay with that.
That
sounds good.
He was actually, his first movie, if I remember, was Bottle Rocket, which was
I remember that.
Owen Wilson's first movie. They were really good friends, and I guess that was just like their indie film together, and it took
I
off.
think it got nominated for an Oscar that year.
Oh,
I'm not sure, but
I'll look
I
that
think
up.
I remember people talking about it.
Did he do the one where it was Owen Wilson and I can't remember who else was in it? They were all brothers and they were on like a train.
Oh yeah, the Darjeeling Limited.
Did he do that one as
Yeah.
well? I thought he did.
Yeah, that was him.
Wasn't Luke Wilson in that too?
Yeah.
Who else was in that? I don't want to say the small guy because that's
racist.
it's not racist. It's just he has a name and he's really famous and he's one of my favorite actors. Adrian Brody.
That's right.
He's not the small guy. That was Schwartzman or
Jason Schwartzman.
Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in a Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
As far as awards go, I don't think it even got
I thought
nominated for
it
anything.
was. I thought anyway, I remember people talking about it when it came
Yeah.
out.
Owen Wilson and Wes Anderson co-wrote it. So
Oh, that sounds all right.
yeah, it came out in '96.
Huh.
Zach, what are you excited for this year?
Well, since it just came out yesterday, there's a movie called I gotta fucking find it because I've already forgotten what it's called. But anyway, it's got Sean Bean and James Purefoy in it. It's called Wicked Blood, and it's about this family in the Boot Hills somewhere. And Sean Bean's like the head of this meth dealing family, and this girl who comes in, and it's like she's a friend of his daughter or something, and shit goes down and things happen, and it looks pretty good. It's only getting like a 6 on IMDb, but I still want to see it.
Jake Busey's in it. You can't go wrong there.
And this is just an opinion. I try to stay away from reviews. I don't listen to people who give reviews or other reviews because everybody's opinion's their own. And I remember when the first Fast and the Furious came out, and we're 7 movies later, and critics slammed it, but I enjoyed it, and I still went and saw it and thought it was good.
Yeah. I think that should be a more synopsis. Shit goes down. I feel like that's
Shit goes down.
Shit goes down. Just that's how everyone
Don't
should
know
be ended.
what. Shit happens. But yeah, I'm excited about that. And there's other ones too, but I figured since that was the closest one to today,
Yeah.
obviously it came out yesterday.
So do either of you think Need for Speed has really any chance of like doing anything past this one movie?
I do. Oh, past this movie.
Past this one movie, yeah.
No.
You think they're gonna?
No.
I think it'll be a good movie, not only because
Jesse's in it.
Ron Paul or
Ron Paul.
yeah,
Aaron Paul.
Because Aaron Paul. If Ron Paul was in it, I would be there in line right now to see this movie.
It's getting an 8.3 right now.
The thing I'm really excited about this film, I was watching Aaron Paul do an interview. It was actually on Top Gear. It was their latest episode. Finally got caught up on this newest season. But Aaron Paul was saying there's absolutely zero CGI in this movie. All
Really?
the stunts are performed live action. So
Well, he's going to get a bunch of people that are Breaking Bad fans to go see this movie.
oh yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything about it, so I don't know anything.
Did you guys play the video game at all?
Oh yeah.
You did?
I played it back in the day, but the recent editions suck butt.
Yeah, no, I played it on like the PS2, like in like
Oh yeah, like the very
Back
first
in
one
the
when
day.
it came out. That's when you didn't need much to have a good video game.
Actually, no, I think I had, I think it was the second Need for Speed game they made. I think I had it on PC.
Hot
Pursuit on PC,
yeah. Yep,
that was
a good one.
It'll probably be okay. I'll probably see it eventually.
Yeah.
All right, what else? Since we're past this week.
Yeah. I need to actually, going back to the Oscars, I need to retract something I said. I said that Meryl Streep, I said that she was probably just nominated because she's Meryl Streep, I cannot talk today. That they just probably threw her an Oscar nod because she's Meryl Streep and they just do it whenever she does anything. But I did watch this past week, I watched August Osage County, and her performance was incredible. After seeing it, I'm surprised it was not a coin toss between her and Cate Blanchett. I'm glad it was Cate Blanchett because that means I won the Oscar bet.
Fucker.
Oh, yeah. I was hoping everyone would just forget about that.
Yeah, no kid.
Why would I forget about it? So, yeah. Sorry, Meryl. I know you listen to this podcast, so... guys, I think I'm going to jump right into my first film review.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that
Take
earlier.
it away, sir.
My first see it or don't see it review. I went to the theaters and I saw Nonstop, Liam Neeson's new movie. Pros and cons, you know what you're getting into with this movie. It's just another Liam Neeson movie where he's just doing everything.
He's tearing shit up.
He's just tearing shit up. I always wondered, does Liam Neeson's agent, whenever he gives him a script for a movie, is he always like, Liam, the script came across my desk, and I think it's perfect for you. You're going to play the protagonist, of course. Pretty much the synopsis is, you're a man with a troubled past. Your family has suffered some terrible loss, but you don't deal with it on any emotional level. Instead, you channel all that inner pain and torment into kicking everyone's ass around you until a random group of people are safe. I think this role is really going to branch out your character diversity, from everything you've done, from like The Grey, Taken.
What happened to Liam Neeson? I mean, think back to like his early career.
Oh, you're talking like Schindler's List?
Schindler's List.
Man,
that was like just amazing, like epic performance.
He's completely transformed. Yeah. It's like
now
we talked about last week.
As soon as Taken came out, that's when he went from being a dramatic actor primarily to doing these action flicks.
Yeah,
it's like McConaughey, like we talked last week.
Yeah,
he started out as a chick flick, taking his shirt off, which he still did in the middle of his reconnaissance, but now he's really elevated himself.
I love that phrase, reconnaissance.
Yeah.
I don't know where I heard that. I heard it somewhere, but it's good.
But yeah, you wanted to say that his speech was really good.
I did.
All right. I knew he was going to say it, and it made my day.
So, this Liam Neeson movie, anyway.
Yeah. It's going to get a lot of, hit because it's pretty much just another Liam Neeson movie, but that doesn't mean it's bad. I like those movies. I like Taken. I like The Grey. I like those movies. It may be the same movie over and over again, but it's fun every single time. And I'm a fan of those movies where you don't know who the villain is. You guys know the synopsis of the movie?
Essentially, he's on a plane.
He's on a plane and he gets text messages saying, I'm going to kill somebody on this plane, and you got to find out which of the passengers is the criminal.
Yeah, and it turns out he's actually, then it starts messing with him, they blame him and stuff, yeah.
It's pretty, I liked it, so I'm going to say, see it.
All right.
That's very good. First one. I like it a lot. I might have to see it.
Go down in the history books.
All right. So, Zach, I know you've been talking about it for the last couple of days. Only Lovers Left Alive.
Okay, so I don't care for Tilda Swinton that much. What I've seen her in, she's pretty good. I think she was in that movie with George Clooney, Michael Clayton. I think that was her. She was pretty good in that. But there's something, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm gay or anything for Tom Hiddleston, but the dude oozes charisma, and everything he's in I want to see. I don't know what it is.
You can't see this, but Zach is taking his pants off right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Okay, sorry.
Right around his ankles.
But no, it looks really good. I don't know what. It just looks awesome.
Yeah, it really does. So,
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Wow, I can't even talk either.
It's really, really, really early in the morning. So.
It is, especially for us.
Yeah.
Not for normal people. Normal people are awake at this time, but
Yeah.
not really us. Okay, the main characters' names. Do you know what they are?
No.
Isn't it Adam and Eve?
Adam and Eve.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
okay. This you didn't really set up necessarily what it was. Let me read. A story centered on two vampires who have been in love for centuries. And their names are freaking Adam and Eve, like
Cliched.
the most cliched names you could think of.
That's fine, but I watched the preview for it, and my first thought was, damn, I want to see that movie.
Yeah, no, I do think I think it has potential. It does look pretty good. I might ruin this for you. Go back and watch the trailer again. If you haven't seen the trailer, go watch it. Now, imagine that they're not vampires. You take out the vampire thing completely, and that they're just a couple of serial killers.
I still want to see it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a different version of Natural Born Killers.
Exactly is what it is. But like, I feel like they just threw in vampires because vampires are popular now. Because there's really zero reason that these people need to be vampires. From
That's
what I saw
probably
in the
true. I don't know. Just like I said, I saw the trailer and I'm like, man, I really want to see it. And I'll probably be disappointed in it because I've had the very bad habit the last few years of getting super hyped for a movie and then being really disappointed, like I was with Wolverine. Not the most recent one, the one before that.
Yeah. What was that one called?
Oh, The Wolfman. We got super excited about that too.
We did really.
And
Was that Del Toro?
was just a piece of shit.
Yeah, I actually saw it in theaters.
We did. It
Yeah.
was awful.
I thought I heard a rumor that Tom Hiddleston was going to be in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein film, but
Well,
I guess he's not. I know he was going to be in his other movie. What was... I love Guillermo del Toro. His movie, Pan's Labyrinth. Probably one of my favorite foreign language films.
Del Toro is a genius.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything he's done that I didn't like. Even Hellboy was decent. I didn't hate it. And plus, his book series, The Strain, is getting made into a TV show, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, which it's vampires too, isn't it? But it's different.
It's different. It's like vampirism as a disease, not necessarily just because they like to suck blood.
Which I think is cool because that's definitely a different take on it.
Yeah, it looks totally awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not the Frankenstein film that Guillermo del Toro is doing. He's doing a film called Crimson Peak. It's going to have Tom Hiddleston. It's also going to have Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, nice.
Jessica Chastain. See any other... Oh, Mia Wasikowski. Or Wasikowski.
Yeah.
She's in it. So I think that's really the only...
So basically,
people.
right now, it looks all right. Like the cast, anyway.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find a plot synopsis.
That's always disappointing, too, when you see the cast for a movie that's coming out or that might be coming out, and then it either gets canceled or the cast completely changes or the movie sucks balls.
What? Tarantino. You guys remember this? It was probably about a month or so ago, maybe 2 months ago.
Oh, his script?
Yeah, his script that got leaked, that Western.
I heard about it.
Then he's like, you know what, screw you all, I'm not going to make it now.
And apparently he only gave it to 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Oh, you know some shitty agent out there somewhere leaked it.
I'm sure. I wouldn't doubt it at all.
I mean, I don't think it was the people that he cast for it. It was probably their agents were like trying to like hype up press for it or something, you know.
Yeah.
Something stupid politics related that got it, you know.
That's it really I hate it when stuff like that happens. That's really bad, especially or for instance, like when I was talking about movies that you think are coming out or that are rumored to come out.
Yeah.
Like there was a movie a couple years ago called Paradise Lost. Bradley Cooper was going to play Lucifer, and it was about a war between heaven and hell. And it was supposed to be some big production. The cast was amazing. That black guy from Gladiator, I don't know how to pronounce his name, is in it.
Oh, Demon Hanso.
Yeah. The movie sounded tits. Like, the tits. And then it got canceled the week before it went into production because apparently there was too much money tied up in it.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It sounded awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, movies this year that we're excited about.
For me, the number one movie that I'm excited about is Godzilla. It's...
Godzilla!
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, just watching the Toho films, even... I have them all. That's how big of a Godzilla nerd I am. I got all the Toho films. I unfortunately even have the Roland Emmerich one that came out.
What year was that?
98, 98, I think. It
Matthew
was
Broderick.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Well, talking about getting Breaking Bad fans.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not that Godzilla needs any extra pull. I mean, it's a globally known
classic.
But whenever you get, Bryan Cranston, but you also have Ken Watanabe, Last Samurai, Aaron Taylor Johnson is in it, Kick-Ass.
Oh, okay.
And the hot Olsen sister.
The one that's not crazy or coked up?
Yeah, that one,
right.
Elizabeth
Olsen, okay.
I'm really excited about this film. The director, Gareth Edwards, his film, I don't know if you guys saw it, Monsters. It was an indie film, came out, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. Really good. It took a whole different direction on what we expect out of monster films. Really cinematography driven, beautiful areas of filming. But he said that over the years, Godzilla has this rep of being just the funny monster that you see. But the original Godzilla, the 1954 one, it was a horror film back in the day. And the main message was, 1954, we're just coming out of World War II in a post-nuclear world. So it was really just a film to let Japan know where most people stand when it comes to nuclear weapons.
I really like what they're doing with the trailer, where they're making it look creepy.
Oh yeah, and they have that 2001 Space Odyssey music in the background.
Making it look scary, not like the more recent monster movies, which there haven't been very many. But it looks, they're making it.
Yeah,
they're enticing me to go see it.
The way that they're marketing this film, it kind of reminds me. I don't know if you guys remember how they did Cloverfield. Not like the movie Cloverfield, but like the marketing. They're very, very secretive about that movie.
Keeping it all close to the
Nobody knew what that film. And
they're trying really hard to do that more and more now.
Because it works. Ever since there may have been films before Cloverfield that did that, but
not just in marketing, but keeping it close to the vest. Like J.J. Abrams is notorious for that with Star Trek, and then Christopher Nolan with all his movies. You don't know what the fuck he's doing.
No.
So it does. It works.
Yeah, but he said that he wants to go back. Gareth Edwards said he wants to go back to whenever it was a horror film. But he said, and what really made me interested about the film is he said it was very character driven. It's not about Godzilla. It's more of a human story
about what or how he is affecting people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
It sounds awesome.
The more I hear about this movie, the more excited I get.
So, on the complete opposite scale of giant monster movie, what about Locke?
Oh, yeah. I'll see it.
With Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
It's an entire movie where Tom Hardy's in a car talking on the phone, essentially. But I'm sure there's probably scenes outside of that. But
it's got really good reviews.
Is it already getting reviews?
Yeah.
When's it come out?
April 25th.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's probably been released for
critics probably, but Tom Hardy's awesome.
Oh yeah,
Tom Hardy's awesome. If you watch the trailer, it does seem pretty interesting. I won't lie.
Oh yeah, it kind of reminds me of Collateral.
Yeah,
with Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise. One of a lot of people say they don't like Tom Cruise films, but I look back, he's done the ones that he's good in. He's really good in.
Yeah, he's
very hit or miss. If he's good, he's great. If he's not, it's terrible.
Yeah, but Locke, it's going to be a good one.
I just haven't seen very much of his stuff outside of the Mission Impossible movies, which the third one was fucking terrible.
You talking Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's been in some good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tom Hardy.
Early in his career, he's in a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Risky Business and Cocktail and Top Gun.
Yeah, he just takes a lot of big blockbuster titles now.
Yeah.
That
aren't
don't really
for
pan
him.
out. Yeah.
Like that movie he's doing this year where he is like a futuristic soldier.
Oh, that's
playing. It's like Groundhog Day, but in the future.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
But Locke looks interesting, kind of like when a phone booth was a different kind of movie when it came out. Yeah. I liked it. I don't care what anybody says. I like Colin Farrell.
Edge of Tomorrow is the name of the
movie. I just don't know.
It kind of looked like a Halo.
He's trying really hard to do sci-fi movies now, and I just
did you guys watch Oblivion?
I did.
No,
him and
I heard it was very cliche.
Yeah, it was It was just another Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, I had
And that's what I'm kind of
it.
afraid of with Liam Neeson. I don't want him to fall into the Tom Cruise cliche.
Yeah.
Well, I think what's different with him is Tom Cruise is trying too hard to be something he's not.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson knows exactly what he wants to do.
It's not a stretch to envision Liam Neeson as a badass. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Whereas Tom Cruise as a futuristic soldier might be pushing it a little bit.
Right.
Because he's like 5'8" and like 50 years old. But
And
Plus, he trained Batman and Obi-Wan.
he did.
yeah.
And he was Zeus.
There is that, too.
I found this kind of interesting. I just glanced across this. You know how you can never really judge an actor by how many Oscar nominations they have? Because Tom Cruise has 3 Oscar nominations and Liam Neeson only has 1.
Wow.
So
I think Gary Oldman has, 3 or 2? And Gary Oldman's awesome.
he's never won. Brad Pitt finally won an Oscar.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
About time.
So we just need to get Leonardo DiCaprio, Gary Oldman, Liam Neeson. Get on it, guys.
Yeah.
Quit slacking.
So there have been obviously like tons of like gifs and stuff of of Leo, not getting his Oscar. And most of them I'm just like, okay, we get it, guys. It's done, it's over with. But there was one that was hilarious. It was the scene from Wolf of Wall Street.
I want to see if it's the one that you're thinking of.
Where where Matthew McConaughey is beating his chest, going,
Yep.
that part.
That
And
is
there's an Oscar photoshopped into his closed fist.
so
He's beating his chest with it, and Leo's just looking around like, God damn it!
You asshole.
That's the best one I've seen. It's like poorly made, but it's so funny.
Yeah. I like the there was one that it was an older one, but they it came back up. It was the scene in The Departed where he's sitting and having a drink and the guy's sitting next to him, and then he busts the glass over his head. But right before he does, the guy just looks at him and goes, "So where's your Oscar?" And he just grabs that glass and smashes it over his head.
Both of those are great.
Oh yeah.
Well, since you did that you're most excited for, I'll do mine that I'm most excited for. I am never, aside from Lord of the Rings when it was coming out, I've never been more excited for a movie than I am for X-Men. It looks so fucking good. I can't even begin to describe you all the things that look amazing about this movie. Aside from the fact that it's got Patrick Stewart in it.
Oh yeah.
It's got all the old cast, plus the new cast, which includes Jennifer Lawrence and Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy, and if it's done, and Bryan Singer's the director, so he does good shit. He did the first 2 X-Men movies, and he did that movie with Kevin Spacey that I can't remember right now.
Who?
Bryan Singer. What was the name of that movie with Kevin Spacey, Kaiser Soze?
Oh, Usual Suspects.
He did that.
Yeah.
If it's done right, and I think it's going to be, it's going to be better than The Avengers, and which everyone says is the greatest superhero movie of all time, but I don't think so. It could be Batman level.
Peter Dinklage is in it.
Yes, and that's another reason I want to see it.
That fact
awesome.
was not getting past Zach. I don't.
No, I just neglected to mention it. For backstory here, okay? I started in Game of Thrones before these 2 guys did.
Yeah.
And I read the books and watched the show, and I'm totally fucking into it. So anytime anybody Game of Thrones related is in anything, I'm totally all about it. All right, end of story. That's what I'm more excited for, X-Men. It's going to be great. I love The Hobbit and all, but that's going to be the best movie this year.
When you're talking superhero movies, come on, guys, Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'll see it.
That's going to be awesome.
I will go see that movie. Me and Andrew, we kind of talked about this. It's the epitome of a fun movie.
Oh yeah.
It's just it might be complete crap, but you're gonna enjoy spending an hour and a half watching it. I think.
Absolutely.
It doesn't look like complete crap.
No,
though.
I don't think
it looks awesome.
I don't think so, but it very well could end that way.
Yeah, no, that's true. That in the preview where they're looking, they're going through all the characters, and they get to Chris Pratt's character, and he starts rolling his finger up like he's cranking. He says, "Oh, I didn't know it was going to do that." It does. It looks like a lot of fun. Bradley Cooper is doing a voice for the raccoon, and then Vin Diesel's doing the voice for the tree, and both of those, it just looks great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can we say Chris Pratt? He's really coming to his own. He just start. I can only remember him from Parks. I don't know what he did before that, but then he did Zero Dark 30, which he wasn't in for that long. But it was a pretty good movie. I liked it.
He was in Moneyball.
He was in Moneyball, that's
He
right.
was the A's player who was, I think they moved him to first.
Yeah.
Scott Hatterberg. Yeah. Apparently he was in Wanted, too. He played the James McAvoy's friend that was fucking his girlfriend.
That's right. And he got the keyboard smashed over his face.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah. So
Nice.
he has done stuff, so.
But yeah, he really has come to it's pretty cool to see because I like him.
Yeah. He's probably, besides Ron Swanson, he's probably my favorite character in Parks and Recreation.
That's a show I haven't watched.
Oh, you need to get... Now that you've finished Community, you need to go and watch all of Parks and Recreation.
In a week and a half, I finished 5 seasons of Community. It was
it's easy
great.
to do. I mean,
yeah.
It's not easy. It's still a lot of TV to watch, but it's a good enough show that you can...
You could watch 8 episodes and not realize you've watched 8 episodes.
Troy and Abed in the morning.
Wow. Okay. On that note, I'm sitting here looking at this list of movies. It's kind of tough for this year, though. I think I probably have to go with Transcendence as the one I want to see the most. The Johnny Depp movie.
Oh yeah,
that looks really
good. I think it's gonna be really well done. For those of you that haven't seen or heard anything about it, basically, he works for like this big tech company that is like on the forefront of like everything, basically, like biogenetics and everything. And he gets shot, and they basically upload his consciousness.
Yeah, because he's got
like
some kind of knowledge that they don't have.
Yeah, and so they upload his consciousness into a supercomputer, and he basically threatens to like take over everything, and they kind of have to like deal with like they should probably shut it down, but they don't want to because it's like one of their best friends, and if they shut it down, they're gonna kill him forever. And
this is proof that when Johnny Depp's not doing some shit with Tim Burton where he's quirky again, he's really good.
Yeah. Do you think though that this movie, it's kind of getting into the cliche that Terminator set originally, that technology is advancing too quickly? We saw that in Eagle Eye.
Yeah, I mean it's a trope in films, but I mean, from all the classes I've had to take, I mean there's like 7 stories, like true stories. So eventually you're gonna get a lot of overlap. Yeah, and I think it's just how well you pull it off. I mean.
That's very true.
Godzilla's another monster movie.
That's exactly
Only Lovers Live is another vampire movie. I mean, they're all kind of repeats. It's just how you're in, kind of unique take on it, I guess. And I think
3 of the 7 stories: monster movies, vampire movies, and machine movies.
It looks good though. I don't think it's gonna be it's gonna rehash the same stuff. I think it's gonna put it in a new way of looking at it.
Yeah. And I just have to mention this because they just announced it like last week, I think. It doesn't come out until I think like June of next year, 2015. They finally have announced the Entourage movie.
Oh, I heard about that because that dude is in a movie getting ready to come out called End of Civilization or something. I don't know. Goodbye World, where he's like in a cabin in the woods with a bunch of people because technology's blown up and there's no technology anymore. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'll talk about that. But yeah, Entourage. I saw that they had just confirmed it. So I've never seen Entourage. I know you're big into it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't know if I want to go as far as one of my favorite HBO shows, just because it's not as. I mean, it's a comedy really, but great character. Ari Gold, who's played by Jeremy Piven, one of my favorite characters of any TV show ever made. So funny.
Now, I've never seen the show.
So angry, it's so funny.
Never seen the show, but one of the best gifs I've seen is where he is he's in like a meeting or something, and he does his arms up and he says, "Get the fuck out."
Yeah,
he does it a lot.
But they have all. I think every main character from the show is going to be back in the movie. And if you ever watch the show, they always bring in celebrities.
Yeah.
Because Mark Wahlberg is the producer of it and everything.
Isn't it like about his life, like how he got into show business?
It's supposed to be kind of like loosely related on him and his like like Donnie Wahlberg and all that,
Yeah.
So they're all going to be all the main characters from the show are going to be it. The only one that's not is Ari's assistant, who I cannot remember his name now, but he was the very flamboyantly gay Asian secretary.
Oh, he's not.
He's not. No, they have a new guy because he's not in it for some reason.
I was gonna say, I thought he was fired in the show. I never finished, or he quit.
Yeah. He quit and became an agent.
Yeah.
But I kind of figured they'd bring him back in some. He may be in it, but I didn't see him on the cast list. So
Yeah.
Well,
What else is he gonna do?
yeah,
We don't even know his name.
yeah, we don't even know his name, so he should probably get in on this movie. 'Cause it's probably gonna be a big deal.
sorry, bro, if you're listening to this
Yeah.
podcast. We don't know your fucking name.
I don't know. It's one of those things that like it's probably not going to be like this super amazing movie, but it's one of those things I will go probably see on opening night because I've watched
Right.
I have all 8 seasons on DVD. So
Yeah.
Well, that's like me. You guys know me. I have a certain scale with movies where there's like 5 or 7 movies where right after I saw them the first time, immediately I wanted to watch it again.
Oh yeah.
The first Sin City was on that list. The second one comes out in July, and I can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
It's got Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It's got Mickey Rourke's in it again. Jessica Alba's sweet ass is in it again. I mean, it's got so many great things going for it. And I saw they just put the trailer out 2 days ago, and it looks amazing.
Yeah. Lady Gaga's in it.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm not crazy about.
Uh.
I'm just not. They put her in the sequel to Machete with Danny Trejo.
yeah,
No, I mean I haven't seen it, but I like Lady Gaga good enough. I just don't. I think they're just putting her in there to get some of her fans to come see this movie.
Yeah.
That being said, the movie's gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah, it will. And one actor in that movie who probably has the coolest name in Hollywood, and that's Powers Booth.
Yeah, love that guy. He is so good playing a bad guy in every movie I've ever seen him in.
Tombstone.
He was in Tombstone. What was his name in that movie? I can't remember. But you remember anytime you see him, you're like, "That's Powers Booth."
That's Powers Booth.
That's Powers Booth. He plays the Senator Rourke guy again, and
Was he in the first?
he was in the first one.
I haven't seen it in a long time. So.
There's a scene where fucking Bruce Willis is laying in the hospital bed after he's been shot up, and you see Powers Booth like, "Oh, we're gonna repair you," and that's Powers Booth.
Okay. Curly Bill.
Yeah, Curly Bill. Who else is in this movie? Bruce Willis is in it again because the storyline is actually before the first Sin City. It's called A Dame to Kill For. And Josh Brolin plays... damn it, I can't remember anybody's name today. Clive Owen's character from the first movie. And then Christopher Maloney's in it. I like him well enough. Jeremy Piven's in this movie. I don't know who he is.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't even
I
know
have
that,
the
but
book
I
at
will watch
home,
it.
but I've never actually read it. Ray Liotta's in it. Stacy Keach, the black guy from the Allstate commercials.
That's
That's all you need.
He's in a.
He was in the unit.
He was in the unit. He's also in probably the greatest bank robbery movie of all time, and that's Heat.
Oh, that is a great
He was
movie.
a movie, yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be really, really good. I'm really excited for it.
Are you in good hands?
You mentioned Clive Owen, and we talked about Children of Men last week.
Yeah.
That was actually playing on AMC these last couple days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it played like 3 or 4
That's
times.
so
I watched
good,
it the other
man.
day.
I should have watched that instead of Mortal Kombat. That was like
Oh.
playing 3 times in a row.
Was it the first one?
Yeah, it was the first one. The good
Man,
one.
you always gotta watch Mortal Kombat. It's like when the Ninja Turtles is on TV, if it's ever on TV.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ninja Turtles,
Oh god.
you want to talk about how Michael Bay is raping your childhood?
You wanna? Okay. I didn't get. It was within the scope of the Oscars, but here's fuck Michael Bay. This is my rant.
You want to put 1 minute on the clock?
Put 1 minute on the clock.
Alright,
I've
you ready?
always defended
And
Michael
go.
Bay. Always defended in all the years I've known you guys, especially Andrew. I've always defended Michael Bay. Transformers 1 wasn't that bad. The Rock is a good movie, which it really is. That's fine. But this motherfucker is taking everything great about my childhood and taking a giant shit on it. Ninja Turtles the story is Master Splinter and the Turtles were in the sewer in New York City, and they walked into some ooze, and they grew into kick the foot and Shredder's ass for years and years and years. That's the story. This asshole is taking them and turning them into aliens to repel an alien invasion. Who the fuck does something like that and then wonders why people hate him? Fuck that guy right in the ass.
All right.
Yeah.
So there we go.
And time. Well done.
All
It's a
right.
good, efficient use of your
I
minute.
feel better.
You feel better?
I do.
Okay.
So just to continue on with Michael Bay.
Transformers?
Did they really need to make another one?
No.
Yes.
No, they did.
No, I'm not saying. I'm talking purely because it's going to make $1 billion.
Probably, but
Oh.
And because
From their standpoint, yeah.
right. Well, they're trying to crack the China market. More and more movies are getting into China, and that's a huge untapped market for Hollywood, and that's why they probably want to make another one.
Yeah.
And plus, it's a different storyline. You don't have to look at Shia LaBeouf.
Is it really a different storyline?
Well, okay. No.
it's giant robots fighting giant
it's
robots.
different people.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have Shia LaBeouf.
You got
don't
Marky
have
Mark and the Funky Bunch.
You don't have that black guy from fucking Fast and the Furious.
Why don't you learn
Josh
black
Duhamel.
people's names?
Yeah.
I know black people's names. Fucking Kevin Hart, Ice Cube, Ice-T. I'm sorry. It's
Just
what
those
time-
three guys.
Just those three guys.
I was up all night.
Two of those weren't even real
I
names.
can't fucking think right now. But you know what I mean. You have completely different casts, and it'd probably be equally terrible because it's fucking Michael Bay. But
Yeah. I'm still going to go see it because people are going to expect us to review it. And it might be my first don't see it review.
Right.
I'm not gonna go see it.
But, I'm not going to count it out until I see it.
I'll wait till I go to the discount theater and it's $1 for a ticket.
Yeah.
There you go.
I wish
Exactly.
I could do that. But
So another movie that's coming out this year that should be excited about is I'm gonna try and stay away from the ones everyone knows about.
do you think a lot of people know about Interstellar?
Well,
They may have heard about it, but they've known nothing about it. But then again, neither do we.
Yeah, we don't really know anything about it.
we know it's got Christopher Nolan making it,
Yeah.
which that in and of itself tells you it's gonna be a great movie.
And McConaughey.
Yeah, I mean, he narrates the trailer, and
Yeah.
he's in the movie, but
Right.
we have no idea what it's
Other
really
than
about.
that, you don't really know anything about it. And okay, this is something else. Animated movies, is it me or is Disney getting lazy with their
How so?
animated movies? Well, okay, they started out with the Pixar movies and it went from Toy Story and Ratatouille and WALL-E, but now it's like cars and planes. Did I miss something? Are we gonna make a Pixar movie called Chairs next or what? I'm lost. I don't know what's
They're
going
running
on.
out of inanimate objects to make films about.
It's all about Foldy, the folding chair that has to live a life with a
I
bunch of fat
guess.
redneck Americans sitting on him.
I mean, I don't hate Disney.
takes a trip to New
I
York
think
City
the
and-
classic Disney
Foldy
movies,
patent pending.
the classic Disney movies are fine, but it just seems like the last couple years they've just been lazy and hashing shit.
They are bringing back Finding Nemo, which I will watch.
That I will watch. too.
well, that was a
it's
great
going to be
movie.
Finding Dory, I think. Is going to be
Oh,
the
really?
name of it. So,
Who was the voice in that movie?
that was Ellen Page.
I know.
Ellen DeGeneres.
I know Ellen DeGeneres was, but who was the voice of?
I don't think there were any black people for you to forget. So
Fuck you guys. I don't hate black people. For those of you listening, I'm not racist. Okay, I just couldn't remember their names. What is that guy's name? Tell
Albert
me.
Brooks.
No, the black dude from not Ludacris. Not Ludacris. Not Ludacris. The guy who was in Transformers and Fast and Furious. What is his name? Fucking, I'm gonna
I
find
can't
it.
even think now.
What is that guy's name? I'm gonna find it.
Oh.
Tyrese Gibson.
Tyrese Gibbs.
Have nothing against the
Oh,
guy. I just
man.
couldn't remember his name.
Oh, that just made my day.
I'll be here all week. Be sure to tip your waitress.
Oh man, Finding Dory isn't out until 2016.
Man, that's a long way out.
How long does it take to make an animated?
That's
film?
past. That's past the Star Wars movie that's supposed to be coming out.
I think Pixar should just take a break from feature films, make nothing but shorts, and then just win every animated short award because they totally could.
They do that every year anyway. They did it this past year. Or they didn't make
They didn't
Disney.
Disney, yeah, but not Pixar. Because I mean, they're the same family now, but Pixar exclusive movies are better than Disney movies.
When was the last time Disney made an exclusive film though?
That wasn't Pixar.
Yeah, I can't really remember.
Wasn't it Hercules
That long ago?
or The Emperor's New Groove?
What was that princess movie that came out?
Tangled,
No,
or
no, that was Pixar, wasn't it?
was it?
Was that? I
That
think
is
that
a
was
funny
DreamWorks.
movie.
that might have been
actually.
DreamWorks. Yeah.
But No, the one in New Orleans. The princess film in New Orleans.
Yeah, with the frog.
Yeah.
I have
I
no
can't
idea what it's called. Yeah.
Just
I don't
another
know.
Disney princess movie.
I have no
Yeah.
idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, to throw it back to the days of when I was like 5, is the Expendables 3 going to be any good?
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
It's going to be good at what it wants to be. We had this discussion last week.
That is true.
We did have this discussion last week. You can't judge every single movie by the same criteria.
Fine, but I think there needs to be some general criteria, aka a storyline.
There
Well,
is.
here's the storyline.
Shoot 'em up,
Here's the
pow,
storyline.
pow.
Barney, Sylvester Stallone, and Christmas, Jason Statham, and the rest of the team comes face to face with Conrad Stonebanks, played by Mel Gibson, and that's the only reason I want to see the movie is to see him get shot in the face. But anyway, they come face to face with him. Stonebanks subsequently becomes a ruthless arms trader and someone who Barney is forced to kill, or so he thought. Stonebanks eluded death once before, but now is making it his mission to end the Expendables.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Shit's going down.
Antonio
Shit is the
Banderas
exact right
and
word.
Wesley Snipes are in it.
I mean, this is just...
And Harrison Ford.
it's one
Harrison
of-
Ford's in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Kelsey Grammer. What the fuck is he doing here? How did he slip through?
It's one of those movies where it's just... You don't go for any other reason than to just watch shit blow up. And
Yeah.
guns... Hear guns go off.
I mean, I like Harrison Ford. Actually, I like Wesley Snipes movies because they're funny. They're not supposed to be funny, but they are. Crap.
Yeah, that line at the end of Blade where he tells Steven Dorff some motherfuckers just try to ice skate uphill. That was pretty funny.
I mean, like, I watch, like, the Undisputed movies and stuff. Like, those are just
Yeah.
entertaining. I mean, it's just a bunch of big dudes just beating the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're done, I think, with movies we're super excited for. I mean, we missed a couple of them, like The Hobbit, but we're going to go see those, and
Yeah.
everyone will anyway.
Stuff that's coming out later on in the year, we're obviously going to get to. So, if you follow us on Facebook or Twitter, that you know we have posted,
Which you should be.
which you should follow us on Twitter and Facebook, but also please subscribe to the podcast. That's where the numbers really matter. You would notice that we posted, because March Madness is right around the corner. We are all wearing our respective teams' T-shirts today.
And really,
I'm now flipping off both of them because they're wearing Duke T-shirts and I'm wearing a North Carolina T-shirt.
which,
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest, I'm not necessarily a huge Duke fan. I just thought it'd be hilarious to see Zach's face when I walked in with it. So
Yeah.
I think it was funny that the only reason I'm wearing this shirt is because I couldn't find my Marvel shirt. Not the one I wore last week. I have a different one, but I've been up all night. Anyway, that's another story.
Yeah. But if you do follow us on Facebook and Twitter, you can see the list and you can follow us. Pretty much, we're doing March Madness, the TV edition, to where we find out what was the best television show last year. We want to make that very clear that it's not the best TV series, how they stack up compared to each other. It's how their last season was compared to the other series last seasons.
Which is legit because you're not going to get anybody. I mean, you're gonna argue till you're blue in the face about is Walking Dead better than Breaking Bad or vice versa.
Exactly.
So.
But just to give a rundown of who's playing who, I'm going to go through this super quick. In the first round, we're going to have Breaking Bad versus Masters of Sex. Then Community versus Vikings. And the way we set this up is, if you put it into the system, the number one rated shows are going to be the higher seed ones, obviously, the ones that people are expecting to do well.
But we're ultimately the ones voting on what
Yes.
we think was the best.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 vote, then that TV show will move up to the next round and face the next contender.
Though I will say this, those of you listening, if you say there's like 30 or 40 of you that are like, hey, this show is way better than this one, and you all say that, that's going to, I feel like that should come into effect.
Oh, it absolutely
that'll
will.
count as a vote.
That'll absolutely count as a vote.
So, there you go.
So if there's something you feel strongly about,
Let us know.
We
Let us
give
know.
into peer
We'll
pressure very easily, so
easily,
you can
yes.
sway how we think. So go on Facebook and Twitter, reply to the picture that we posted, let us know what you think should win. Going down again after Community of Vikings, we have Dexter versus Orange is the New Black. Then it's True Blood versus The Mentalist. Then we have The Walking Dead versus Doctor Who. And then The Blacklist versus Modern Family. Then we have Sherlock, the BBC show, versus Hannibal. Then we have Mad Men versus Boardwalk Empire. Then we have Game of Thrones versus Luther. Then How I Met Your Mother versus Arrested Development. Oh, that's going to be a close one.
Yeah. I've seen a couple close ones already, I think.
Yeah. Then The Newsroom versus The Big Bang Theory. Then we have Justified versus Shameless. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty close one, too. Then House of Cards versus Girls. Then we have Archer versus The League. That one's going to be very close.
Yeah.
Then we have Sons of Anarchy versus Top Gear UK. The UK one, we got to stress that. It's not the American version. And then we have True Detective versus Parks and Recreation. This is going to be pretty close. I'm going to go out and say this. We're going to do the first round right now. And then next week, we're going to come and do the next round after that. And then the next week, the next round after that, the next week.
That.
So we're not going to do it all right now. So
How are we doing on time right now?
we have 10 minutes left.
Nice.
So we got plenty of time to give each of these a fair shake. I will say, I personally think the top 4 seeded shows automatically get bumped up. So that means Breaking Bad is going to beat Masters of Sex. That means Game of Thrones is going to beat Luther. That means House of Cards is going to beat Girls. And that means that The Walking Dead is going to beat Doctor Who.
I think that's fair because there was nothing memorable about any of the other shows other than I've heard nothing but great things about Masters of Sex, but I haven't watched it. So
Yeah, I've only seen a few episodes. It is really good, but whenever you compare it to probably one of the highest rated shows of all time, it
pales.
It pales in comparison. Exactly.
The only one that, and I completely agree with you guys, the only one that I would even would think would merit a conversation would be The Walking Dead and Doctor Who. Just because
Just based on the notoriety of Doctor
Who, it's one of the most widely watched shows globally, not even just in this country, and it's been on for 30 seasons,
60 years. Or
yeah,
something. Yeah, because last season of The Walking Dead, or I guess last year. Are we talking third season, or are we talking about where it started the fourth season coming into this year?
No,
it would be the third season.
Whatever the last full season was.
I have to go with Walking Dead just because the last full season, the third season, was very, very good.
It was.
And Doctor Who had some really good shit that I've seen because my wife is super into that show. But I think Walking Dead is should go.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So going on right off the bat, we have Breaking Bad, The Walking Dead, House of Cards, and what was the other one?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. It's duh.
Yeah.
Duh.
So then we can go on to Community and Vikings.
I have not
They're very,
watched
very
Vikings.
They are very
I've
different.
heard it's very good.
I finally watched. I've only seen I think 2 episodes now of Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
It is very good.
Yeah.
But Community is one of my favorite comedies.
It is.
On TV.
I'll say this about Vikings. I'm biased because my family's from Scandinavia, but it's one of those shows. It is a history show, and History Channel's done some amazing things. They did the Hatfields and McCoys, which was incredible. The only problem with doing a history show, if you've read a book, you know how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Which I've read that piece of history, so know how it's going to end. So it's like every week I'm just going through, oh, this is how this is going to happen. I'm not saying it's a bad story. I think it's an amazing show. It's really, really entertaining. But Community is so freaking funny.
I will say this though, I've caught up on Community, and the 5th season's not as strong as the previous season.
No, but we're going on the previous season, so
Right.
Season 4.
Yeah.
So I have to agree. Yeah, Community goes.
Community.
Community.
I'm okay with
Right,
Community.
Community moves up. So then we move on to Dexter and Orange is the New Black.
I haven't seen Dexter since season 2, but mainly because I lost interest in the show after that, and I haven't watched Orange is the New Black yet.
I love both of these shows, and
They're really good.
The newest season of Dexter is also the last season.
The very
of
last
Dexter,
season.
And that finale
was incredible.
intense.
Yeah.
Very intense, and I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like the classic versus the new kid on the block.
Yeah. For me, Orange is the New Black, I love almost all of the characters in that show. They're all very entertaining, except for the main girl. I can't get behind her storyline, and since it's based around her, my vote has to go for Dexter. one of my favorite shows. It was, for a long time, my favorite show of all time.
Zach, do you have a vote?
I'll vote for Dexter just because I know more about it, and I like Michael C. Hall. He's awesome.
Yeah, I would go with Dexter as well. So that one's another unanimous. Look at us just agreeing.
Well, if I'd seen the other stuff, I feel bad because I haven't seen either one in a long time. But anyway, so now we're going to True Blood versus The Mentalist.
It's gonna be hard for me. I love both these shows a lot.
The Mentalist is really good. But True Blood season, especially I want to say the middle part of their last season, was so strong.
Yeah.
It got away from the terribleness that was the previous 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I was gonna say True Blood really lost me after I think like the second season.
It started to lose people with the shadow cats that have sex with people and trying to make other shadow cats. Now that they've gone back to just primarily vampires and humans and how they coexist, it's gotten a lot stronger.
They tried to add too much to the show.
Plus, they just let Alexander Skarsgård be a badass, and that makes up for a lot of faults with the show.
I'm gonna go ahead and vote for The Mentalist, and then you guys can vote because it only takes two-thirds to pass something. So
there we go. I do love The Mentalist. The Red John storyline, I haven't watched this all of the newest season, but every episode, you can kind of watch it by itself.
Yeah.
There is a backstory, but that backstory is incredible. And it's that cliche, Liam Neeson, something horrible happened to my family, and now I must avenge them. But what Zach was saying, True Blood can be really, really over the top, but it's not so over the top that you don't want to watch the next episode, because it leaves you at the very end like, how could it get any crazier?
When it's on, it's on.
When it's on, exactly. Right. So my vote is for True Blood.
All right, so True Blood goes on to
you vote for True Blood?
Yeah.
All right.
It goes on to face, looks like Dexter.
No,
Yeah, True Blood will face Dexter in the next round.
True Blood.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So, The Blacklist and Modern Family.
I have only seen very little of The Blacklist. I like James Spader in certain spots, but Modern Family's so fucking funny. I have to go with Modern Family.
I'm actually going to go with Modern Family as well.
My vote would have been for The Blacklist, but I respect Modern Family.
It's won so many awards. Even this, and this last season was great too.
It was.
Yeah, it's
consistently
every time,
good.
Yeah, there's never been an episode I've seen where it's not funny.
Yeah, but for those of you who have not seen it, watch The Blacklist. Yeah, it's really, really entertaining. So Modern Family will go on to face The Walking Dead.
That ought to be interesting to talk about.
Yeah. Sherlock versus Hannibal. Sherlock.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from Hannibal. Lawrence, my wife's sister, is super into that show, loves it. But man, Sherlock's so fucking good. Yeah. I can't not say it's
I am not up to date with it, but the few episodes I have seen have been great. So
yeah, they're like their own movie, which they're 2 hours long, so they pretty much are their own movie.
Thank you, BBC.
Yeah. BBC, you're so great.
Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman. I mean,
you can't go wrong there.
You can't.
You have Smaug and Bilbo.
All right, so Sherlock will go on to face who we talk about next. Mad Men versus Boardwalk Empire. And I'm going to say right now, I don't think Boardwalk Empire is a great show, so I haven't watched it. I'm going to vote for Mad Men simply because of that reason.
I don't like either of these shows, really.
I have seen both of them. I am more up to date with Mad Men than I am Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
But I have seen both of them pretty extensively, and my vote is for Mad Men. And I'm actually really excited. They actually just released their new season poster.
Oh, the crazy
it's a really psychedelic looking one.
Yeah.
Because they're staying true to the era that they're working in, because they've now moved into that kind of psychedelic hippie 60s phase, and they're evolving the show with it, which I give them credit for.
I tried really hard. I watched the first 3 episodes of Boardwalk Empire when it first started, and I just don't. I can't. I like Steve Buscemi enough, and apparently the guy from The Wire, Omar, is in this show. So
yeah, hey, you know a black guy's name?
I don't know his name. That's the character's name.
Oh, damn it! I was gonna give you credit for
okay, just related. Also in The Wire, and was in Luther, which we haven't got to yet.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba. Yeah.
See, I remembered somebody's name.
So Mad Men.
Mad Men goes on
Mad Men
by default. And
I'm
so,
going to say right now, I don't expect it to do that well against Sherlock.
No.
But that's for another day.
so now we're gonna get to a really interesting one:
Ooh, yeah.
How I Met Your Mother and Arrested Development.
Is this the last season of How I
Yes.
Met Your Mother?
It is.
Yes.
It's the very
Will
last
there be
season.
another season of Arrested Development? Has Netflix said anything about
No,
that?
they
They-
haven't said,
They haven't announced it, but I would bet money there probably will be.
because it got really good positive feedback and a lot of people loved it. But
Yeah.
I thought the previous seasons were stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever the original,
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for How I Met Your Mother because I identify with so many characters in that show, mainly Marshall,
Yeah.
and Neil MPH.
Yeah.
I have
What are
to.
you
I
gonna
have
say?
to go with How I Met Your Mother. It's a great show.
I'm just thinking, so Austin, you go ahead.
well, I'll make it really easy on you because I'm gonna go How I Met Your Mother as well.
Okay, good.
So,
I'll just throw out a vote for Arrested Development then,
There-
just so it gets something.
so it sounds easy, even.
So How I Met Your Mother moves on.
This one ought to be interesting too. The Newsroom versus The Big Bang Theory.
It's not really that interesting. The Newsroom is going to win hands down.
I like The Big Bang Theory so much. That's the only reason I said that.
I do like The Big Bang Theory, but I don't think it holds a candle to
The
yeah.
Newsroom is really damn good. Jeff
Yeah.
Daniels is awesome.
I got 2 words for you: Aaron Sorkin.
Oh God.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. The Newsroom.
He is the David Fincher of writers.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's
So Newsroom goes
easy.
on.
Easy.
Yeah.
But Big Bang Theory is pretty funny.
I mean, I've actually heard comparisons where they call Sorkin the Shakespeare of our generation.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't
Interesting.
heard that yet.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I like his writing a lot. So now we're gonna go to Justified and Shameless.
All right, votes for Shameless.
You're gonna vote
Now
for
go.
I'll wait and see what he does.
I'm gonna go Justified because
I will plead my case to you.
you go ahead, but
Is this the show with
William H. Macy.
William
Yes.
H. Macy.
Okay.
It's basically about this family living in Chicago. The dad is a alcoholic, deadbeat, but they have like 8 kids, and basically the kids have raised themselves. Fiona's the oldest one, and she takes care of them all. And it's all about their freaking hijinks, trying to make money, get by, and it's great. Crap, I'm trying to think. Did you watch that movie 43? The really stupid movie.
Yeah, the movie with yeah.
That's not the Jim Carrey movie. Is it?
No, that's the movie
That's
where it's
another
a bunch of
stupid movie.
storylines and
yeah.
Hugh Jackman had balls on his
Oh
chin.
yeah,
Yes,
that
that
was a
one.
pretty dumb movie.
It was very dumb. But the kid in the shower scene,
Okay.
that he's one of the main characters, and he's hilarious. He's one of my favorite characters.
I like William H. Macy a lot, but I like Timothy Olyphant more.
Yeah.
And I know more about Justified, so based simply on the fact that I like Timothy Olyphant a lot, I gotta go with Justified
Fair enough.
I
for
will
that
s-
reason.
I will start watching Shameless though. because
Yeah, I'm gonna
you're
watch
really
it for
pleading
sure.
your case, so it
I
must
am.
be a good show.
Again, I have them all on DVD, so just hit me up.
All right, so this one's gonna be contentious because we all love both of these shows,
Archer and The
and the
League.
League. I'm gonna go with Archer, and the reason I'm gonna go with Archer is because its last season was so damn funny and
It
so
was.
much strong. The League is great, and it always has been, but I think the last season of Archer was just
John
a little
Rafi.
better.
John Rafi
John Rafi. Rafi is
and Taco.
God. It's so bad because both of these shows are great.
Yeah.
And they're really along the same lines of kind of like crude humor, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think if there was ever a category where they're so perfect to go up against each other, it'd be this one.
Yeah.
So you voted for Archer.
I gotta go with Archer.
I'm gonna let Austin go, and I'll be the deciding vote. Maybe.
Call me maybe?
Oh Jesus.
You're welcome. God, that is really tough.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Archer as well, though.
Okay. Good.
I didn't have to make the decision.
I didn't want to make the decision.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have to go Archer. I do think The League is great, and I watch The League every time it comes out.
Yeah.
But I think Archer has got to take it.
So
It's so good, man. I mean, every time it comes on and I see a new episode, like especially that one with where they were on the train going to Canada.
oh yeah.
That was hilarious. All right, so Archer moves on and then I'll play House of Cards. Ooh, that's gnarly. Okay, here we go.
Okay,
Sons of
so
a-
if there was ever last one, they were perfect to go each other. Now, was there ever 2 shows going against each other that were totally different from each other? Top Gear UK and Sons of Anarchy. I I'm going to say, I think it's obvious Sons of Anarchy is going to go on. But I can't say enough good things about Top Gear UK.
Yeah, I love Top Gear. I mean, there are so many seasons of that, and it's always...
They just wrapped up their 21st season. Although, they do have a special. It is March 8th right now. Tomorrow, they have a special coming out on the BBC where they do one of their abroad road trips.
Oh,
those
are awesome.
They're going to Burma.
Oh, God.
Which, if they don't die... If you listen to this podcast and you're from Burma,
sorry,
don't kill the podcast. They're already done. They're already done.
Yeah, Jeremy Clarkson, freaking hilarious.
Oh yeah,
they're all hilarious.
Hamster, James May,
all of them.
Yeah.
I think though the fact that Sons of Anarchy is an actual narrative show, and we're talking about best TV shows, it just by that it has to kind of.
And you guys know I was going to vote for Sons of Anarchy. It's one of the very rare shows. Outside of Game of Thrones and Walking Dead, and even the last episode I watched of House of Cards, where something happened and I was like, holy shit. And I had to watch it again, or I had to think about it. That scene at the end of this past season with, spoiler alert, have you seen it?
What?
The last episode of Sons of Anarchy.
No, I have not.
Neither one of you have seen it.
I think I have 3 or 4 episodes to go.
Holy shit. It is right up there with the scene at the end of season 4. Spoiler alert. I assume you guys have seen this one. With Danny Trejo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where they pull up and it turns out they're working for the CIA the whole time.
Yeah.
This scene's right up there with that. Because
wow.
you kind of see it coming in the episode, but holy fuck when it happens. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And last one, first round. I haven't seen True Detective, but True Detective versus Parks and Rec.
They're very different.
They are very different.
They're very good.
I'll be first. I'll leave it
Okay.
up to you guys. My vote is for True Detective.
Okay.
I have seen very little of both of these. Not enough to really make a valid judgment. But I'm going based off on how well True Detective is being received. And the fact that, don't hit me, Andrew, Parks and Rec is just for me.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, to me, because it's in the same category as, like, Community as far as a comedy. And
if you had to choose between the two,
it's not even close.
Better,
yeah. Parks and Rec is just it's good, but it's not great.
It's to me, Parks and Rec is trying to be The Office.
I don't think so.
In a slightly different setting.
I mean, it's shot in a similar way.
No, I'm not saying it is. That's just how I received it.
I say that Parks and Rec is better than The Office.
Well, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it's trying to be that. It's something that's already been done.
Well, there's.
I love Ron Swanson though.
Yeah. I know I love Parks and Rec, but I am going to vote for True Detective. It's an incredibly good show. I'm fully caught up. I just want more of it. It's a really, really good show.
All right. Well, there you have it. There's our first round. Do a quick recap of what the next week's matchups will be.
Okay.
And then I think we'll kind of wrap it up after that. We'll have Breaking Bad versus Community. And then we'll have... Dexter did not.
Dexter versus True Blood.
The Walking Dead versus Modern Family. Sherlock versus Mad Men. Game of Thrones versus How I Met Your Mother. The Newsroom versus Justified.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, well. House of Cards versus Archer. And then Sons of Anarchy versus True Detective.
There you have it.
That's a pretty good first round.
It was.
Yeah. I think that's going to wrap it up for us, guys. I think that was a really good podcast.
Yeah.
To all the listeners, thank you again so much. Based on how much we got as far as like likes on Facebook and how many views we got on YouTube. The feedback has been amazing. Thank you again. Please do tell your friends about this podcast. We are in, just the beginning stages of what we could possibly do in the future. We have a lot of ideas for things that we can be talking about.
And if you have any ideas, let us know. Twitter,
Absolutely.
Facebook,
Please leave your comments.
anything.
We will love to read them and respond to them.
Yeah, so like us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, and also please subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, because that is where the numbers really matter. Thank you again, guys. We'll see you next week.
See you next
See you
week,
then.
guys.
Bye.